Hey decor friend, so if you want to know why your decorating just is not turning out the way that you expected it to, it's probably because you're making one of these common design mistakes. I'm going to break it down for you right now in this part 2 video, so stay tuned. Hey decor friends, I'm Tamara with Design Your Way Home, and I believe that decorating should not be difficult. So welcome to my internet home, where I break down decorating into easy to follow steps so that you can confidently turn your house into a home you love, one small space at a time. Okay, so if you have not watched Decorating Mistakes Part 1, that's okay. You can go back and watch that when you're done with this video. But for today, I am going to share 10 common decorating mistakes and what you can do to fix it. So one common decorating mistake is rushing. Trying to hurry up and completely finish, whether it's a room or your entire house, and decorating it quick, typically is going to lead you down the path to one of two things. Either you're going to spend a ton of money trying to do everything so quick, or you're going to end up with a lot of regrets. And here's why. I'm not saying you have to take like 10 years or even 10 months trying to decorate one room, but you do want to take some time to come up with a plan, decide what you want, how much you're willing to spend, what size and color and shape you're looking for when it comes to your furniture, your rugs, your curtains, your accessories. Take some time. Think about those things, and then also think about how you live, how you're going to live in the future, what you enjoy, how you're going to use the space, if it should be more casual or formal, if you want it comfortable, or I don't know anyone wanting uncomfortable furniture, but do you want to lay on your sofa, or do you just want people to sit on it? Right? Like, just take your time and think about those things. That time might be, again, it might just be a couple of days of journaling and paying attention to what you want, and it might be a couple of weeks or even a month or two. But either way, when you rush, you typically make mistakes, so avoid rushing. Decorating mistake number 2 is only decorating based on what's on trend. Sure, there's the color of the year, and there's marketing campaigns to make everyone to go out and buy this new magenta paint color. But everybody doesn't want magenta paint color. Let's be honest. And just because it's on trend now doesn't mean it's going to be on trend in a couple of years. And if you really don't like it, what's the point? Because you're just going to be chasing trend after trend after trend after trend. It's really a waste of your time and your decorating dollars. But I will say this, if you do like to follow the design trends very closely, I recommend buying more classic pieces that you will keep for a long time when they're high dollar and when they're larger pieces, like your furniture, your bed, your sofa. And then when you want to go more on trend, do the on-trend pieces when it comes to your accessories. They tend to cost a little bit less, and they're easier to swap out. Decorating mistake number 3 tends to be not decluttering first. It is so hard to decorate when you don't have a blank canvas. So whether your room is already completely cluttered and you need to get yourself a copy of the Take Back My Space action guide to help you quickly declutter your home, or whether your room isn't cluttered at all, but you still have your decor laying around, the best way to get fresh ideas when it comes to decorating is to clear out the space. Declutter the room you want to decorate, the coffee table you want to decorate, or the nightstand or what have you. Clear it off, and then go back to the planning piece, deciding how you're going to use the space, start measuring things, and then making some decisions about what you want in that room or on that piece of furniture. But when you try to decorate before you declutter, it's harder for your brain to process what the new reality will be. It's so focused on what it's actually seeing. So, quick tip. If you declutter the area that you want to decorate and then step back and take a photo on your phone, just a quick snapshot. A lot of times when you look at a room through a different set of eyes, which is your camera on your phone, the picture that you just took, you'll see things that you didn't see before. That helps to make decorating so much easier. And then decorating mistake number 4 is having too small pieces. And another word for this would be knickknacks. My husband talks about knickknacks. I actually hate that word. It makes me want to just cover my ears up. But here's why. I believe that there's a difference between a knickknack and an accessory. An accessory is planned, it's to scale, it accentuates the beauty of a room. A knickknack is almost like, it's a knickknack. It's almost like an accessory or not an accessory. It's a knickknack. It's almost like a souvenir that you buy that doesn't go with your current design theme at all, and you just put it on the shelf in there, and it doesn't look good. That's a knickknack. A lot of times it's not to scale. When things are too small in your room, it just makes your space look cluttered. It's certainly good to have your home be a reflection of you. That's actually the only way that I recommend decorating. But when you do that, make sure that your hobbies that you're highlighting in your home, anything that you have on display, is at the right scale for where you put it. Otherwise, your house just looks totally cluttered. Design mistake number 5 is actually not having a cohesive color palette. So as you see behind me, I've got pink, I've got gold, and I've got blue. This is my office, and so I want to have pink. That's my power color. I even have pink curtains over there by the window. That doesn't necessarily mean that I need to subject my husband to pink all over the rest of our house. But what I can do for a cohesive color palette is I can take different shades of the blue of that leopard behind the painting and add different shades of blue in our house, which we have. I can add different shades of the gold around our house. I can take different elements from one room into another, and that helps prevent my house from looking like a Rubik's Cube. You've got red and green and yellow and orange and all these different colors, and they don't match. You stay away from that, especially when you have an open floor plan house where you can see all the rooms from one room. When you have that open floor plan house, you definitely want to make sure that the colors that you choose tie into each other. So if you haven't already, why don't you come and join the community? Hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell. Decorating mistake number 6, not decorating at all. A lot of times this happens because you've tried decorating in the past. Things didn't work out the way you wanted it to, right? We've gone through between part 1 and part 2 of this video. It's going to be like 20 decorating mistakes, and you've probably felt like you've made all 20 mistakes. And so you just decided you're going to stop. You're tired of wasting money. You're tired of having things not turn out the way that you expected it to or wanted it to or even visualized. Or you find yourself second guessing so much when it comes to decorating and when you're walking through the store trying to buy something that you just give up in frustration and you don't do anything. And believe me, I have been there several years ago. That was definitely me. I didn't know what to do, and I'm not one that likes wasting money. I don't mind spending it if I know I'm gonna get good value, but I certainly don't like to waste it. And I just didn't have rooms decorated. Figured out a few keys to decorating that makes it so much easier. It's like foolproof methods, what have you, combining that with making plans, understanding some of the figured out tricks to decorating. And that takes you from not doing anything out of fear of messing up to being more confident that you can actually decorate. And decorating doesn't have to be difficult. This actually leads me to decorating mistake number 7, and that's not admitting that you need help. So when it came to decorating a few years ago, remember I said I was just at my wit's end. I lived in my house for a long time, and actually I thought moving into our current house was going to be the answer to all my decorating woes. I don't honestly know why I thought that moving helped me be a better decorator, but it was probably because the floor plan that we chose was the model home for the community, and I saw how beautiful that house was decorated. It was drop dead gorgeous. And I said, oh, I can do that, until I realized I couldn't do that. And I ended up poring over books and paying attention to the HGTV shows and going through some decorating training. And it clicked. Like I said a few seconds ago, there are a few tips and tricks that make decorating easy. Like, this doesn't have to be difficult, but the key is knowing when you just need a little bit of help. You need to learn those tips and tricks, and you need to absorb the information in a way that works for your brain. It's visual, it's step by step, it's easy to follow, and it's foolproof. And that's why everything that I create with Design Your Way Home, whether it's the Decorating Made Easy Jumpstart, whether it's the Decorating Made Easy Power Pack, or my home decor blueprint, or even the Revive Your Room checklist, all of those are easy to follow. They are quick to implement. They teach you exactly what you need to know and none of the extra fluff, so that you feel confident decorating in a way that's quick and easy and doesn't waste your time or money. So, decorating mistake number 8. So, not considering your light in your room is so important. So, one thing about lamps is that you want your lamps to be the right height. So when you're sitting in bed reading a book, you could probably have shorter lamps, as opposed to the lamp that's behind me. It's pretty tall because these are tall ceilings in my home office. And in my foyer, which is a 2-story foyer with obviously super tall ceilings, those lamps need to be super tall too. So considering the height of your lamps, and then also how much wattage they put out. When you have lamps with the traditional light bulbs that emit yellow light, it's going to change the color of your paint color at night. So you need to pay attention to that. Versus light bulbs that have the daylight designation on them, those tend to keep the paint color and the furniture color in your room looking the same, whether it's day or nighttime. So if you want that lighter or brighter home, make sure that you get a light that is big enough for this space, that keeps your room from looking dark, and that has a light bulb that keeps the room light and bright. And then on to decorating mistake number 9, which is not using variety. So in the first part of the decorating mistakes, I talked about having all your furniture look the same. Like you've got the matching set of the sofa, the love seat, and the chair, and the perfectly matched coffee table. And when you do that matchy set and you don't have variety, your room can look a little boring. You can spice things up by using different styles, using different textures, using different colors, and blending old furniture with new furniture. There are a lot of different ways to add variety into your room, in addition to using different shapes and colors. So if I'm using the space right behind me, there's some curvature in this lamp. Then there are the straight lines in this picture frame. And then right behind there is some curvature on this leopard. They have different colors, they have different textures, they're made out of different materials, and also the depth of the items, how the canvas is against the wall, the light is in front of it, the leopard, and then the picture frame. All that depth and dimension adds variety to the space as well. So as you think about decorating, you can think about adding variety with different shapes and colors and styles, and then adding variety as to how you place your accessories or your furniture in your room. Which leads me to the last decorating mistake that I commonly see, which is lack of personality. So very similar to considering the function that your family needs when you are planning to decorate a space. The best decorated homes are when you feel like you are walking into someone's space and it is truly and authentically them. Let me just say, I was doing a Bible study yesterday, and the word authentic was finally defined for me. The way that this author defined authentic is anything that goes against your natural values. Anytime you're acting in the opposite direction of what you value. As you make your home authentic to you, bring in things that incorporate your values. If family and strong relationships and communication and talking and game night, if all that's important to you, then make sure that you create a space that is comfortable and welcoming and inviting. Make your space authentic. Have pictures of hobbies that you love and the adventures that you've had with your family, pictures of those memories around your home. Make sure that you decorate your house in a way that speaks to you, not the way that the latest trend told you to do, not the way that you see your latest decorating influencer decorate their home, but make sure you decorate in a way that reflects your family's personality and what you love. Right, and if you haven't already, make sure you drop a note in the comments to let me know which one of these decorating mistakes are you guilty of? And then make sure you hop over and watch my video on how to avoid decorating overwhelm. Because if you found yourself making at least one or two of these decorating mistakes, it can get a little overwhelming on what to do the right way. So checking out that next video will help make decorating so much easier. Until then, see you next time, decor friends. Happy decorating.